Well, I warned you that I might have a couple stories to tell you about my old friend Jerry Garino. And when I first graduated from high school, I mentioned I went to Blinn College, and Jerry went to Sam Houston State University in Huntsville. So I went over to visit Jerry, and I was talking to him in the school parking lot, and a young lady walks by, and Jerry says, "Hey, bummer." And I said, "Well, Jerry, that's not very nice to call her bummer." He says, "Oh, that's Bum Phillips' daughter. I call her bummer." And someone else told me this other story about these guys were all riding around the back of a pickup truck up there in Huntsville, and they had a keg of beer in the back, and so they got pulled over by this policeman. And so he lined them all up, and he's looking at their ID, and he's asking them questions. And he gets to Jerry, and he says, "Son, you need to stop slurring your words." And Jerry said, "Well, how now, brown cow?" You'd have to know Jerry, I guess. But anyway, so this song is for all your lost loves there. Well, it won't be but a week or two, you'll be out loving someone new. Must have happened 100 times before. I can see you've been spreading yourself into. It's a lonely stage we've been going through. Don't get up, I can't find my own way to the door. Well, I can see you are an angel, wings won't unfold. Tune up your heart, polish your old halo. Well, the only kind of man that you ever wanted was one that you knew you never hold very long. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Well, you might have 30 lovers behind you. Well, I can feel you, but I sure can't find you. Seems like you would have found your own self by now. Late night lovers, tears come back, faces in your dreams, fingers in your back, voices of the memories crying out loud. Well, I can see you are an angel, his wings just won't unfold. Tune up your heart, polish your halo. Well, the only kind of man that you ever wanted was one that you knew you never hold very long. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. What a joyous sight to see in your sleep. I believe I'm leaving, I'm in too deep. That seems easy enough for a man to say. Well, we never agree if we talked all night. Things are getting kinda heavy, traveling light. You buy a jaded lover, you undercover queen for a day. Well, I can see you are an angel, his wings just won't unfold. Tune up your heart, polish your old halo. Well, the only kind of man that you ever wanted was one that you knew you never hold very long. Sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. You keep sitting there crying like I'm the first one to go. Think about it, darling. Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay. I know it's tough trying to survive this coronavirus in isolation, but we're all trying to do our part. So appreciate that, and I hope your family are safe right now. Sometimes we have friends that kind of go above and beyond the call of duty, and this is a little story about that. A lot of people don't know this, but I stopped living at my parents' house a week before I graduated from high school. And in fact, I got luggage for my graduation gift, and I think I remember something about hit the road, Jack. But anyway, I was probably a wild child and I had some brothers that were a bad influence on me. But I'm just kidding. But anyway, so during the 4th of July, even though I wasn't living at home, my parents were supposed to be out of town. And so I said, well, I'm going to go have a party at the house, even though I don't live there. And so anyway, so I called a bunch of folks, and we had cars lined up and down the street. And so we had, I think, a keg of beer, and the icebox was full of beer, and you know, a few people rolling their own cigarettes and stuff. And so anyway, so I'm on the telephone, and I'm giving some directions how to get to the house. And I look up, and my dad is walking through the front door. And so I'm telling this guy, I don't think you need to come over because my dad just walked in. So anyway, so of course he's mad as a wet hen, and you know, he comes in and he's storming around, and I think I heard my mother going, he's getting his gun. Well, that's not good. You know, of course he's a cop, so he's got a gun, right? But anyway, there was, as I looked at the front door, man, I saw people just filing out of there. Is a saying when everybody's running away from you, it's elbows and assholes, and that's what I saw. But hey, but there was one person that stuck around, and his name was John Long. And so, you know, I would have left myself, I guess, but my dad parked his car behind mine in the driveway, so I couldn't get out. And so, but John hung around, and I remember standing on the front porch, and you know, John was, you know, telling my dad, and John's probably got a better memory about this, but he's going, yeah, Paul's stupid, and you know, he's gonna come home with me tonight, and everything will be okay. And so anyway, finally my dad moved his car and I left. But anyway, this song is for all those people that didn't get to finish the party, I guess, and for Johnny for sticking around and you know, being there for me. Appreciate it. Turn out the light. Party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. Party's over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. What a crazy, crazy party. Never seen so many people laughing, dancing. Look at you, you're having fun. Look at me, I'm almost crying. That don't keep her love from dying. Misery calls me, the party's over. Turn out the light, party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. Party's over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. Once I had a love undying, couldn't keep it, wasn't trying. Life for me was one big party, then another. I broke her heart so many times, had to have my party wine. Then one day she said, sweetheart, party's over. Turn out the light, party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, party's over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. And tomorrow starts the same old thing again. Jack, what you doing, Jack? Huh? You're not really into social distancing, are you? No, you're not. That's the word on the street. As you can see, Jack's not really into social distancing.
But I want to tell you a little story. I had a dog named Bo, and Bo was a great dog, beautiful black lab. And I took him duck hunting and goose hunting for the first time. And when we were out there, I shot a duck. And so the duck went down, and Bo ran over to that duck, and he was sniffing it. And I was telling him, Bo, back, back, which is a command to bring the duck back to me. Well, he wouldn't bring it back, so I went over and picked it up, and he was smelling it and was really interested, but just didn't bring it back. So a little while later, I shot this goose. So the goose falls about 30 yards away, and Bo runs up to that goose, and he's smelling it, and I'm going, Bo, back, back. And then finally I said, Bo, get the paper. He brought that goose right back to me. So you just got to use the right command. So our dogs really are kind of helping us make it through all this. So it mentions the dogs in the song. The song was actually written by Bob Dylan and was played by Jerry Jeff Walker. And that's where I kind of learned it and picked it up, and hope you like it. Up the streets, the dogs are barking. The day is getting dark. As the night comes to falling, the dogs lose their bark. The silence of night is shattered by the sounds inside my mind. One too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. As I gaze from my doorstep, my eyes start to fade back to the room where my love and I have laid. Gaze to the sidewalk, the lamp post, and the sign. One too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. It's just a restless, hungry feeling. Just don't mean no one no good. Everything I'm feeling, Lord, I never thought I would. But you'll be right from your side, and I'll be right from mine. We're both one too many mornings and 1,000 miles behind. Up the streets, the dogs are barking. The day is getting light, and I just spent another long and lonely restless night. And you'll be right from your side, and I'll be right from mine. We're both one too many mornings, 1,000 miles behind. Hi folks, hope you're doing okay today. I like Jimmy Buffett, and he wrote a lot of his music down in Key West, Florida. And we were going to take a trip, my friend Patrick and some other guys, and so Patrick got out a map of Florida, and I didn't know my Florida geography very well. And he says, okay, we enter the panhandle here, and to get to Key West, we go down this road, and we go all the way to the end here. Well, that's a long way, but anyway, so we got 2 cars going, and we drove all the way down to Key West, and we rode mopeds on Key West, and hung out at hung out at the beach and went snorkeling, and so but one night we were camping out actually on a Big Pine Key, and we were going to go into Key West and have dinner. And so I'm driving, and my car just starts making this huge, loud noise. And so I pull over, and I pop the hood, and we're all kind of looking at the engine, and I don't think there's any mechanics among us. But and then another little car pulls over. It's like a Mustang, and so this guy gets out, and he must have been an Eagle Scout, because he had shorts on, but he had the banner that went across, and he had all these medals and stuff, on his lapel and on his jacket. And so anyway, he jumps on that car, and he looks around and sees that there's a spark plug wire that still had the spark plug on it, but the spark plug had come out of the hole, and that's the reason it was making all this noise. Well, anyway, so we gave him a rag, and he screwed the spark plug in so we could take it to the shop whenever we got into Key West and tighten the spark plug. And so we were trying to give him some money, and he wouldn't take it, but he jumps in his car, and as he's leaving, he's peeling out. And so I'm thinking, boy, they make these Boy Scouts kind of crazy down here in Key West. But anyway, we had a good time down there, and we listened to a little Jimmy Buffett music on the way back, I think. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my six string on my front porch swing. Well, those shrimp, they're beginning to boil, wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. I don't know the reason I stay there all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo, but it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I think it could be my fault. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top, got my heel, had to cruise on back home. But to booze and the blender. Soon it will render frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know my own downfall. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know my own downfall. Hi, folks. You know, this coronavirus is really tough, and being isolated like we're having to do is tough on everyone. But sometimes you do have to laugh, and something that made me laugh, just to share a little story with you. I mentioned that I went to St. Thomas High School, which was an all-boys school there in Houston. And the first class I had at St. Thomas was a Spanish class, and we had a lot of kind of crazy guys in this class. But since my name was Cones, then I sat along the first row, which is along the wall. And so we had a map of Central and South America on the wall, and the map was hung on a nail, one nail in the middle. And so someone had put a Playboy centerfold behind the map. And so when the instructor was writing on the board, well, I took the liberty of swinging the map over, and when he turned around, I would swing it back, which was appreciated by most of the guys in the class. And I just remember my friend Jerry Garino, who I mentioned before. He said, "Brazil's looking better all the time." Now that's pretty funny. But anyway, this is a feel-good song. So we got to feel good sometime, all the time. So, hey, where did we go? Days when the rain came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fall, with the heart thumping and you, my brown-eyed girl, and you, my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened? The Tuesdays are so slow. Going down the old mine with the transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding by the rainbow wall, slipping and sliding off long waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that. La-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. So hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. I saw you just the other day, now you have grown. Cast my baby memory there, lost sometime. What we gonna think about? Making love in the green grass. I'd stay young with you, my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. You remember when we used to sing la 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 la, see that? Hi, folks. Hope you're doing okay. I had the good fortune of growing up in a large family, and I had 6 brothers, and they were all pretty crazy. And I did live with my oldest brother for a while over off North Main on Goldenrod. And George was a fireman, and he is also going to law school when I was living with him. And as a fireman, you know, I don't know if you know any firemen, but they have a deal they call Firehouse Fun, and they're always playing tricks on each other. Well, one trick that George used to do was jump out and scare people. And so he was telling me some story about some guy that he was in the firehouse, that whenever he would show up for work, George would find a place to scare this guy as he's kind of walking through the firehouse. And it drove this guy absolutely nuts. And so he was telling me one time the guy made it all the way through the firehouse and, you know, kind of breathed a sigh of relief because, you know, no one scared him, or George didn't scare him. And so anyway, so he gets to his locker and he opens his locker and George jumps out and scares him. So anyway, but as I said, George and I used to live together. So, and he used to do the same thing to me, right? Try to scare me all the time. And so, you know, I'd see his car parked in the driveway when I pulled up, and I go, okay, George is in the house, and he's probably going to screw with me and try to scare me. And so, and he did. He would do it like constantly, and he knew it drove me crazy, and that's the reason he did it. And so, anyway, one time he does this scare me deal, and I got so pissed off, I went outside and started letting the air out of his tires. And he came out there and he's pulling me away from the tires. and I don't remember him scaring me after that, but he probably did. I don't doubt that he did. So anyway, watch out when you're around that boy. So anyway, this song is kind of for, in some ways, those uncertain times, if you will. At a time when the world seems to be spinning hopelessly out of control, there's deceivers and believers and old in between who sing have no place to go. It's the same old song. It's right and it's wrong in living. It's just something that I do, with no place to hide. I looked in your eyes and I found myself in you. Looked to the stars, tried all of the bars, and I'm nearly gone up in smoke. Put my hand on the wheel of something that's real, and I feel like I'm going home. In the shade of an oak down by the river sits an old man and a boy, setting sails, spinning tails, and fishing for whales with a lady they both enjoy. It's the same damn tune. It's the man in the moon. It's the way that I feel about you, with no place to hide. I looked in your eyes and I found myself in you. Look to the stars, tried all of the bars, and I'm nearly gone up in smoke. Put my hand on the wheel of something that's real, and I feel like I'm going home. And I feel like I'm going home. Hi everyone, hope you're doing well today. I wanted to share a little story with you. My cousin Steve and his wife raised parrots for a number of years, and I didn't realize that parrots can live up to like 80 to 100 years old, which is crazy. But anyway, they had a nice birdhouse in the back of their home, and these parrots, you know, of course, they can mimic what you say. And so Steve was telling stories about, you know, all the ways that these parrots mimic what they say, and some other stories about, you know, some guy broke into a house and the parrot was saying, you know, stick them up, because the parrot heard somebody on TV say that, you know. So, but anyway, we were sitting, you know, in the backyard, and you could hear the parrots over there kind of making their noise, and every once in a while they'd go ding, you know, and then we'd talk for a little while, and I'd hear those parrots over there, and they'd go ding, and I said, well, Steve, what is that ding thing they're doing? We didn't realize this, but Steve lived up the hill from the local high school, and the high school had a baseball team. And so what the parrots were doing is when they hear that aluminum bat hitting that ball, they were making the sound of the aluminum bat hitting the ball. Ding! And I mean, it was like right on. It sounded just like that darn baseball bat, hitting the aluminum bat hitting the ball. So I just thought that was the funniest thing, you know. So I don't know a lot of bird songs, but I do have one. So let me share that with you. Little bird, come sit upon my windowsill. Sat there through the fall rain. Watch that little bird upon my windowsill. Song and thoughts of you go by again. And picture of my face reflected on the pane. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? Well, I remember how we talked before we said goodbye. Young to know this world outside our door. How we laughed and said our love is free like the bird that flies the wind. And the rainy day made me think of you once more. And a picture of my face reflected on the pane. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? Well, my thoughts go tumbling back. I wonder how you love. Wonder if you've seen that little bird. Wonder if he sat upon your windowsill. Wonder if you'll ever hear these words. And a picture of my face reflected on the pane. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? And a picture of my face on the window pane. Is it tears I see, or is it rain?